Hello everyone, and welcome back to the conquest of our Calpac pack, who with their strong tooth and powerful claws have conquered half of this island. The killer island, some called this. Well, I call this a walk in the park. We are going to continue on, and we are going to clip along with the many love stories, the dramas and the triumphs that we have had with this pack. If you wish to know the rules, the stories, the small celebrations that we have had, and also where I am currently cooing over my very, very beautiful nichelings and wishing them well on having many bountiful babies, then definitely check out the previous episodes, because I have an island to conquer, my friends, and that means we are going to move right along. So let's do this! Alright, we have had some deaths. I do believe Robin is unfortunately going to be one of the nichelings who has just passed away. Sure enough, she is. Oh, and Dawn passed away too! Rest in peace, Robin and Dawn, left behind from, I believe, even the second generation? Truly, has it only been that long? Possibly. I can't check because unfortunately I can't look at the family tree as we are doing the blind genes twist on this extreme niche challenge, which has been pretty tame so far, but don't worry, we're going to be diving into the jungle shortly enough. We just had two babies born. We had this baby, Mary, who is born from Blink and Isley, and we actually had that baby born because Blink may actually have some very important immunity genes that we might want to work with in the future, and possibly little Mary might be able to take this friendly Barina as a mate when she is old enough and bring in even stronger of those Barina traits into our family tree. I'm not sure if we really need to, though. We don't need or want Barina hind legs, and I don't know what point the ears have other than being really freaking cute. So maybe we want cute ears, maybe we don't. It remains to be seen. But Isley knows her duty is to breed with some of the strongest of the nichelings, of which newly renamed Trout is one of them. So Trout is actually going to come on over. Now that he is of age, he is going to actually... Oh, go away, rogue male! Get out of here! Come, Naten, defend your sister! Get this rogue male out of here! Oh my goodness, Blink will have to stay. He has to protect the baby. But this is nonsense. We are not going to have this rogue male messing with us. Isley must go forth because she has been summoned. Now that there is a rogue male on the premises, we know this is of utmost importance, and we shall hopefully have a baby on the way. So this is kind of like a royal marriage requirement. But Isley is going to have a child with Trout because Trout is one of the strongest of the nichelings on this island that cannot be denied. And Isley is currently, believe it or not, the pack leader. And that has been kind of a fact lost in time, but she is. She already has Barina snout and ram horns set for her possible mutations to pass on. Trout already has ram horns, and he already has the claws, and I think she does too. So those are moot points for them. However, we can give Trout the ability to pass on some white horns, because I really like that. And I want him to pass on maybe a darker coloring. I guess we'll worry about that later. I guess I want stripes to go. So I really want, hopefully, their child to have stripes. Meanwhile, Guitar, who has been renamed, is a younger brother of Trout, and he also has the strong Barina snout that has won him a lot of acclaim in this particular pack, but he does not have the ram horn, so his attack strength is only at 9, not at 10 like his brothers. This guy, Trout here, just completely destroyed a killer Barina. So there is something to be said for those traits. Meanwhile, their parents have had another normal snouted child, much to their disappointment, named Kirta. They have 3 other normal snouted children from Naruto. I just went ahead and renamed this guy to Naruto because I kept mistaking his name as Naruto. Whoa, get away! You're sickly! Get out of here! Like, seriously, get out of here. You're literally going to get sick. One of the most important females and males in my tribe. Like, literally leave. I'm so sorry. Dandelion did it. Dandelion just won acclaim for the entire tribe by defeating a sickly wanderer who came to imperil the pregnant, expectant leader of the pack. And that could have destroyed All of my efforts in, like, this is literally the creme de la creme of the tribe's genes, and she could have destroyed that. So Dandelion now just won acclaim for preserving those genes. So good job, Dandelion. And we're going to have your younger sister Pansy, who has been named Pansy. They got their names during the naming ceremony between episodes. Scooch over. And their parents are once again going to try for more babies because their parents really, really want to have more Barina-snouted children. They are the first to welcome Barina-snouted children into the family, and they're very proud about that fact. Geru, meanwhile, has just conquered some of this land, and he is keeping tabs on Melise, who is the only female with Barina snouts that we have had so far, and they might actually make quite the interesting couple as she comes of age. So we'll have to keep an eye on them. Hal is not really into having kids. I think he just wants to win honor and acclaim through exploring. Arku is the same way, but Arku is also very proud to watch over his sister, Lalami, who is actually expectant with Oxa here. So these two are absolutely gorgeous. I don't really want them to pass on Barina snouts. I know that sounds terrible because I'm supposed to make them pass on Barina snouts, and I'll give him Barina claw, but I actually love them. I love the look of them, and I'm just going to leave their genes as it is because I don't really want Barina snout. I don't really want big nose. I just like them as this particular line that they are, and they are sickly. So it's going to be a matter of faith, like a test of faith, to see if they're going to have a healthy child or not between their two sickly genes. Are they sick with the same immunity genes, or are they sick with different immunity genes and could result in a healthy child? Only time will tell. So we'll have to see what happens there. Bazillions of bunnies. So many bunnies everywhere over here. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, and there was a permanest right here. I'm sorry, Lalami. So bazillions of bunnies to eat over here, and young Tarkil III, child of Tarkil II, who lost most of his life to falling into a bad romance, is going to wiggle this way, and he is going to see, sitting up and surveying the world, looking at more of the land that her tribe must claim, the beautiful Corisi. And this, hopefully, shall be yet another one of those romances for the ages. So let's bring my beautiful children together. Hopefully they'll have beautiful children of their own. We'll let them come down and get to know each other. Also, we'll allow Totaro, our little rogue-born child. Man, there's just bunnies everywhere. It's hard to go hungry on this island. There we go. We'll scooch around here. Silk has left behind her beautiful palace that she raised so many children with the love of her life under. And we are moving on. We are moving on so that she can actually guide her daughter, Rilako, to how to explore the land the way that their pack, is meant to, in order to conquer the island and prove our supremacy over the land. And I do think that Rilako and actually Totaro don't have romance in mind, because I don't think either of them want to actually have any children. But they may have mischief in mind for exploring along to the new island areas and getting rid of that grass so that we don't have to turn around as we try to leave for the jungle area and destroy that grass. So I think that those two will kind of head that direction. And then finally, I do believe Sakil is willing to risk love and romance for Javier here. And Javier, again, I could put in the Barina snout, possibly should. I'm not going to this particular time. He's really strong. He's beautiful. I want him to have strong and beautiful babies with white patterns, please. And we are going to have him and Sakil have a child together. So Sakil will succumb to his charms, go ahead and set up a nest, and Javar will come back over here and do his duty to explore that last patch of grass that I missed while we await the birth of his next child. So does that cover everybody? Phew! Oh my gosh, it almost does! That's record time for getting the story for 30 nichelings pushed along, guys. Seriously, I'm putting in some effort here. Holy canoodles, that's a lot of sick nichelings, and this is a lot of babies. Let's see the babies born. Yet another normal looking nicheling. Janai only has one attempt left in her, and she is going to give it all she's got. The acclaim that you can earn from being one of the parents of these Barina jawed children is just too high for her to turn down. So that was not a Barina child, but you're still a lovely little Miana. And then let's see, another child. The firstborn child from between the two lines is a double Barina clawed son with cracker jaw. He does not have the Barina snout, unfortunately. It was not passed on. He does not have the white antlers, but he is quite strong-ish in his own right. So we will try again. I feel this is not the strength of the child that was expected for this tribe. So Isli shall go ahead and kind of resign herself to a second child with Torat. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just that she really does like Blink. But it is important she understands, just like a queen of old ages would, that it is vital to pass on certain genes, even though that's all silly nonsense, but still. All right, Mary is going to keep an eye on the very interesting wandering friendly Barina. We're going to have Nathan do some exploring and conquering of the land over here. I miss having Dawn and Robin. They were so cool. I miss them so much. And Blink is going to keep a careful eye on his daughter and make sure that Miri will grow up healthy. And there we go. Who else has been born? And a beautiful baby who is unfortunately sickly. Kuvan has been born. He is actually quite gorgeous. I love him. Lalame is sad because he is a sickly child, but he is surrounded by other sickly creatures, such as his uncle Arku and his father Oksa. So I feel like, and Oksa used to be, Oksa is the very last child of our last female leader, actually, and Genesis. I renamed him Oksa. His name was like Dukirku or something like that, but he is Oksa now. So his child isn't healthy as well. But I don't think they're going to give in to despair. I think he is going to say, no, my love, it is all right. We will go ahead and they will have another child because she's going to look around herself and the Lami is going to realize that she is surrounded by other nishlings in the same predicament as herself. But they are almost like a pack unto themselves and they will take care of one another. So they can go ahead, continue having children. Tarkil, let's send you over here. Oh my gosh, Tarkil. There's so many. Why? I'm not going to turn it down because I feel like when we go to the jungle, we're going to need all of this food, but it's ridiculous amounts of food. Ridiculous. I have grass to mow over here. Pansy is going to come over. She and like Dandelion's very proud of what she did. And maybe we'll guard over the new child. Who knows? Maybe Dandelion will end up being able to be mates with Cuckoo when he comes of age. But Gultar has kind of been, he'll do some exploring. Gotar is a little annoyed because he should be one of the ones to be having children with Isli, the tribe's or the pack's leader, but he missed out on not having ram horns. I'm sorry, buddy. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Meanwhile, Melise is quite the adventurer, and she and Geru are enjoying some bunny meat together, and she's eyeing up that nest, thinking about what possibly Geru's beautiful children might look like. And Hal is continuing to do some exploring. I literally meant to move him, and that bunny jumped in front of us. There's that many bunnies here. And then Van! A triple lucky name and a healthy child has been born to my favorites, Javari and Sakil. I am so happy. Oh my gosh. All right. Javari would rush over to his beautiful mate's side, coo happily over their child. She would kind of scooch to the side, maybe even get this grass for us, and he will guard their child over here, knowing that there's a little bit of a danger with Sakil's unfortunate illness. So we do have to keep some amount of distance, but oh my gosh, not only is he a beautiful and handsome child, but he has been gifted with the good luck of a triple name. Fantastic. All right, meanwhile, Silk will continue showing her daughter the ropes of exploring. Tataro will continue to explore as well. And I think that Rilako is going to clear that grass out of her face and glance over and see a little island that she feels in her bones, conquer for the sake of her family. Look at that. We've almost got some of the Series of the Sea reflections going on here. That is so cool. All right, so so much to do. Have to take a fortifying sip of tea. Meanwhile, Takil II is very much enchanted with Korosi. She thinks he's kind of amusing. It's not the same sort of like swept away at first sight love that Javari and Sakil have. But Takil is, he's gonna show that, hey, he's as good a mate as any and possibly better than most. So they will be mates. Blink is keeping an eye on his child. We're good to go. Oh, and it's raining. Rest in peace. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And a sickly child. Perhaps that is punishment on their heads for being so obsessed about having Berina babies. Please tell me. Okay, Tanyu, also born without Berina traits, and also a lack of Berina jaw going on there. That's very interesting. I would have expected that to show up by now. All right, and then meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and eat the bunny meat with Miri over here. She can finally be left on her own, and her father, Blink, can focus on conquering some of this land. Her uncle, Nathan, can focus on conquering land as soon as the bunnies get out of my way. This is ridiculous. Gultar is going to do some major exploring. I think that Dandelion is pretty enchanted with young Kaku, young Prince Kaku, as you might say. And we will keep an eye on him and hopefully keep him alive. I had to move quickly to make sure that we could do that. So she and Cuckoo will stick together, and Trout will have yet another child with Isley, who is so much resigned to this, to see third time's the charm. If they don't have a baby with Berina Jaw then we might go ahead and free them. And Tankrar has lost his mate. He is ended up with yet another child, a sickly child, no less, who does not even have the Berina traits, and I feel he would despair somewhat. However, upon hearing there is a sickly child in need, I feel Arku would dive over, and he shall guard over the young Rasis, even though everyone else has abandoned her. And meanwhile, Garu is finally, Melise has finally found that Garu is, he's old enough. She's old enough. They can have some babies. Let's get some Berina Jaw possibly tossed in on his line. Some ram horns possibly tossed in on his line. Melise can possibly have stripes. Otherwise, she's just as strong as her brother. She's got 10 strength. Otherwise, stripes, and I'm hoping white horns. There we go. And let's see if we can have a baby with this setup. Any luck? Any luck? Nope. Oh my gosh, how bad is their immunity? Actually, not bad. We should have had better luck than that. Interesting. All right, bunnies. Hal, curse you, bunnies. I'm gonna start ignoring them. We're literally just gonna start ignoring them. There's literally so much food on this killer island that we're tripping over it. We're suffering under it. Kirta is going to come and do exploring with his other normal jawed siblings, and Miana desperately needs someone to look over her, and I feel perhaps at the last moment, Tanklar, instead of dashing away in despair, will stick by the side of one of his last children and not leave her on her own. So thank goodness she's going to be okay. We just had Dukvan. He's so cute. He is sickly like his brother and his mother and his father, but I think this is a loving family. They shall forge on and continue to do their best despite their difficulties. And they have Sequoisi, who I think we actually got sick, hanging around. We may actually defeat her because we cannot have sickness wandering around our tribe. That's bad news bears. All right, Takil II, hanging out with his son up here. Kick Skull, who's gonna jump over here, conquer some areas. We're making the tiniest bit of progress. Von with his lucky name is going to hang out. I think his mom will go ahead, and Sakil will move closer and have her second nest, but not too close because she doesn't want little Von becoming ill because of her. I think that would very much hurt her heart. So we'll have Javari stay nearby his beautiful mate. And now Korosi And Tarkil the third is actually old enough to have children, but I feel like they feel there's not enough area conquered. Oh, dang it, I didn't mean to dig. There's not enough area conquered in the name of the tribe. So they're going to focus on revealing a lot of this area and conquering it. Silk, her mother, will come through and start helping them like a good future grandmother would. And then Rilako is going to be super playful. And she's gonna just flounce and trounce and ignore all these rabbits with Totaro. And they have set their sights on this island. Phew! Is that everybody? I did it! Let's see, one last round. I'm sure we can wiggle that in with all of these nichelings and all of this story. I can't believe I've blown the tribe up to this size. I may have doomed us all as a result. All right, here is a Barina who thinks, twins! Sickly twins and all boys, but I love this family, so it's literally no skin off my nose. We'll go ahead. Duke Fawn's gonna scooch over. We're gonna scooch in, eat the Barina meat. Lami is going to go ahead and try to have another child. I don't think the mating took. Unfortunately, it didn't take, but I think that Kirvan is quite intrigued to suddenly surround himself with many younger brothers, all of whom are sickly, all of whom are adorable. We're just going to be fine with that this time around. There we go. All right, Tarkil is exploring with his son, Zaxel. I think we're doing a good job of that. I don't think that any babies got eaten by that bird. Thank goodness, no. We have another healthy son! Another healthy son! Yay! Naroro with a double name for luck. And Van will step over here and we will go ahead. We'll do the exchange. Sakil is going to come over. There's the fruit she can eat to actually prolong her life. And she is going to mate with Javari. Javari is going to step to the side and keep an eye on their next healthy child, Nuroro. Fantastic. And look at this, we're making progress. Oh, thank goodness, it's about time. All right, let's continue to make such awesome progress. We're actually going to have Riloko go ahead and just dash across. She's so silly that she actually ignores rabbits. And she and Totaro are working on this island. I'm so proud of them. Silk is going to help clear away some of this area as a good hint, hint, she says to Karosi. Hint, hint, a good future mother or grandmother would. And Karosi might roll her eyes a little bit, but perhaps soon, may indulge her mother with some grandbabies, especially because Silk is about to die. Sorry, Silk, you didn't get to see your grandbabies. You will live on. I might name them after you. I'm sorry. All right, we're going to add an extra Barina claw to try to pass that on to Karosi's children. And I really want to keep the beautiful markings that we have. We're going to try to pass on ram horns and Tarkil. I don't think Tarkil really needs to pass on anything in particular. They already have stripes going on. Pattern shape might be fun to play with. Huge pattern, small pattern, big pattern, tiny pattern might be fun to play with. In fact, let's try. Do they have good fertility? Let's check. 4 and 6. So they actually have pretty good fertility. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and try pattern density. Let's go for very dense stripes. Let's see if that makes very dense stripes or not. I've never really had a chance to play with pattern density because normally I'm so distracted just trying to do other things with my nichelings. So this is going to be really fun. We're going to try it with really dense patterns and maybe medium stripes. Medium dense stripes. That would look beautiful. Beautiful for some of my visually favorite nichelings. All right. Whew. Now this half of the island. Hal, get to work. He is on it. He's clearing out these spots. And Geru has welcomed his first child with Malise. They had Barina snouts also set, but Sequoise is not born with Barina snouts. Fascinating. So we have had that problem again. Not terribly much of a problem. Also, they apparently have some issues with having children, which I'm sure is a little distressing to them when right next door the sickly family of beautiful white stripes continues to prosper. But this family knows they are a family no matter what the characteristics or traits they have. So that may be a little upset it's hard for them to have children. Hopefully it means a Barina snout child is on the way. Unfortunately for this side of the family, Seri, oh hello little Seri, I'm sure that's a good sign, has been born and she does not have a Barina snout. But perhaps it is in her lineage, and Isli is going to be quite insistent that she has done her due diligence to Trout. And although Trout might be quite upset because he wants to really have a child of his own, that looks like him, and he considers children, he's a little bit naughty, and he's like, the only child that looks like me will be one with the Barina snout. So he might insist on at least trying again, but Isli is going to put her foot down, and she is going to invite Blink back up and have another child with Blink, because these two make a lovely couple, and it's important to invite into our tribe on occasion the ability to have new immunity genes that Blink is possibly carrying. And Mary is actually going to come on down and keep an eye on our friendly Barina so that we can maybe get another injection of Barina genes in the future. Finally, nothing. Clearing away a whole bunch of this, clearing away some of that, and maybe he'll even clear away that island in his old age. All right, over here we've got Glatar, who is going to jump on up and just like aggressively grind away at all of the grass. He's just going to be like, rah, and just like destroy all of the grass in his frustration to not be the main leader like his older brother who has the ram horns. And then we have a very excited Naruto, who actually is very excited that Kyuta, his younger brother, has discovered a stump, because that gives great views. And then we have Cuckoo and Dandelion, who I think might actually end up being a thing, but they look very closely related, so we'll have to be careful. But I think that they will go ahead and clear this area out to conquer for the tribe and be quite proud about it. And then I think that Miana will come over here, and Tankrar will be willing to watch over the young Princess Seri, because I accidentally left her unattended. And Miana will join the rest of her family over here to continue expanding our territory. And finally, Little Rice might actually, now that I think about it, find love, romance, and possibly genes that can blend with her own and finally result in healthy children with this entire pack of boys to pick from who are also sickly. So I think that Arku would be happy that he could just bring this little one over to the rest of his family to tend to, since they don't care if other nichelings are sick or not. All right, is that everybody? I think that maybe everybody, I did it. That is a rush and a half when we're up to almost 40 nichelings. I'm gonna have to pay more attention to some of those bunnies, because to feed a tribe of this size with more babies on the way is going to be a dizzying feat, my friends. But look at that. Day after day, we are carving away at all of this grass, and we are truly conquering this land. So I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.